if you saw my community post last night, you will know I found my keys. That's why I wanted the keys, really. That's a disc from Penny, who was my grandparents' dog when I was a little girl. Where were they, Michelle? I hear you say. Well, come with me. Come with me. Max went home yesterday, by the way. Come with me. Don't mind the broken flags. They were in there. They were in this box. Why is the sawdust all over that? Yeah, right. So what I do when I come in, I just throw the leads down there. And I must have had my keys in my hand and thrown the leads down, and the keys were right there. They were under a blanket. The cat sleeps in there, but yeah, they were there under a blanket. Isn't that just crazy? Yeah, we're going for a walk now. Yeah, we're going now. Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It's Monday morning and we're staying with the Summer Wells case today. Please allow me to speculate. This is totally speculation, but based on the facts we know about the case, that we absolutely know. So what if Summer Wells was abducted on horseback? Now, lots of people have said, could Summer have been taken on a horse? And yes, she could easily have been taken on a horse. But I've never made a video specifically about this. We've got to assume that what happened to Summer Wells was abduction. So I know that lots of people don't believe she was abducted. TBI have said, Detective John Pruitt from Hawkins County Sheriff's Office has said that there's no evidence of an abduction. However, everything is still on the table. I believe there's more evidence of either abduction or just wandering away than there is anything else. And I know lots and lots of people don't agree with me. I know the most popular theory as to what happened to Summer is an accident, and then that was covered up by the family. And I just can't see it. I am open-minded. It could have happened. I just don't think there's enough evidence of it compared to other evidence. That's just my view, and it always has been. Honestly, after 2 years, I don't believe Don and Candus could have covered this up. I don't think they could have covered it up on the day. I think they'd have given themselves away. I mean, look, people, Don can't even hide women's underwear in his pockets and not give himself away. So how could he hide the body of his dead child? I just don't see it. For those of you who think it was an accident and a cover-up, all right, just hear me out. So what do we know? Well, we know that Summer's scent was tracked from the property, and this is 110 Ben Hill Road right here. Now, Google is weird, Google Earth. The house is actually further up here on the hill. I don't know why it's down here. It's like it slipped down the hill. I hope at some point they correct that. I don't know why it's like that. But anyway, dog trail's somewhere down here. Don says she was abducted down the dog trail. I don't believe she was abducted from the hill itself. I don't know. And I don't think it really matters whether Summer went down the dog trail and the track went down there, or she went down the driveway and the track went down there, or she went down another trail. The bus trail is intriguing. The bus isn't on this view here. When was this imagery date? 2019. So 10/18/2019, you can see down there at the bottom. So the bus wasn't here yet. For all intents and purposes, it doesn't matter because the scent was lost on the road. Now, I've talked a lot about search dogs. I've talked recently about the fact that a dog, just what you're doing when you're training a tracker dog is you're just honing that dog's natural ability to track. Their motivation is to find prey, and they follow a scent, and that scent goes stronger and stronger as they get closer to that prey. So if a scent suddenly gets weaker, as it would do, going from a natural surface like mud or grass or earth onto an artificial surface like concrete or tarmac, the dog automatically thinks, I'm going in the wrong direction. And the dog tries to find that strong scent again. And the dog doesn't understand that the scent has got weaker. The scent might be still there, but the scent has got weaker because the surface has changed. And scent doesn't last very long at all on artificial surfaces like concrete, tarmac, metal. It just doesn't. That's why I haven't been asking Cassie to track my darn keys. Also, we know from Sheriff Ronnie Lawson via WJHL that the boys told him on the night that Summer disappeared that they last saw Summer going out of the basement door. So we know that Candus's story of her taking Summer over to the house and asking the boys to watch Summer, I'll be back, and then Summer going down to the basement, and the brothers being the last people to see Summer going down to the basement, we know that's not true. We know that is not true, because the boys told Sheriff Ronnie Lawson they last saw Summer going outside of the basement door. Jodie Sue, the neighbour who lived here, this is Jodie Sue's property right here, that's where Jodie Sue's cabin is, so a very close proximity to the wells. She was helping search for Summer. She saw the boys, and the boys said they last saw Summer at the swing set. Now, the rope swing, Summer's swing, isn't a swing set to me. A swing set is like a climbing frame with a swing on it, or swings, plural. And the only structure that I could conceivably call a swing set would be the monkey bars that are behind the school bus that Cam from Crackin cases filmed. And maybe at one time that had a swing attached to it, whether it came with the set or whether they just attached a swing to it, they made a swing. I don't know. But that, to me, is more like a swing set than a rope swing. So could it be that Summer was there, and that genuinely is the last time the brothers saw Summer? Now, what has confused me all of these years, and it is years, is to why there's all of these different scent alerts as we go down Ben Hill Road, and we keep going down Ben Hill Road, and we just follow the road round. We get to 165, which is Fred's place. It was his dad's place. Fred keeps stuff there, and then we keep going. And around here, there's a creek called Limestone Branch. And Laura, Fred Hill's girlfriend, told Ziggy that she's seen the boys playing in this creek. So presumably the boys come down here, nice flat area. I think this is the goalie's property, but the boys play in the creek. Now, if Laura was here, or she was further down here, because Fred and Laura actually live further down. We'll have to zoom out a bit here, because Google's weird. It's put the road going up the hill. But this is where Fred and Laura live. This is Fred's mum's property. And there was a scent alert right here behind one of Fred's trucks, and that's going right into the holler. Fred said that he left around 4:30 and didn't arrive back until 7 to 7:30, and the road was already blocked off. But when Fred left, his friend Chad Arnold and then another unidentified man, possibly Cotton Simpson, we don't know, were there at Fred's property. Candus said she did see Chad Arnold, and Don has talked about Chad Arnold and said he's a likeable guy. Talked about that in the video yesterday. But if Summer walked all of this way on her own, from here to here, why did she do that? Look, she could have physically done it. It's no more than a mile. It's about half a mile to here. This is no more than a mile. A 5-year-old could easily walk this far. But why would she on her own? I mean, yeah, I guess she could have been lost, but if she was walking down the road, surely all she'd have done if she got lost is turn round and go back the other way. So it's intriguing. So she comes down here, a dog loses the scent, and then what does she do? Does she walk along here? Maybe she was playing in the creek here, and then she walked back along here, walked to Fred's place. And Laura said that she does see the boys playing in the creek. She said she's also seen Summer on the back of a motorbike, the boys' motorbike. Candus has denied this very, very strongly to her friend Daisy from Crime Crazy Critters on the Farm, and said there's no way she'd allow Summer to go on the back of a motorbike.
She said that Summer would ride in the back of the motorcycle.
That's stupid. Why the heck would I put my daughter, a 5-year-old little girl, on the back of a 12-year-old boy's bike? How stupid is that? That sounds so stupid.
Look, guys, my mother doesn't know this, but when I was about 6, maybe 7, I used to go out with older people and I used to ride on the back of motorbikes, trail bikes, around the fields. And yes, one time I fell off. My mother didn't know that. My mother didn't even know that I was in the fields. I'd tell her that I was going somewhere random. I was in the fields with teenagers who were riding motorbikes. So sometimes when your mother isn't looking, you do stuff that your mother wouldn't agree on. So I'm not saying Candus was negligent, no more than my mother was negligent in believing that where I said I was going, I wasn't. You know, kids do the darndest things. That's why it's still on the table that Summer might just have wandered away. Or Summer was with her brothers and the brothers left her. They're just little boys, right? You know, they're not aware of the dangers, and then they lied. Maybe they told the truth since. We don't know. We don't know. Or they could have been completely telling the truth, because this is the other thing that's always confused me. Right, so we get to, this is Simpson Road here. This is Mary Sexton's property, and it's very close to the wells. If you go down the cutting here, that is a permanent cutting for power lines, you see that if you go down this cutting here to the creek, this is Beech Creek, not Limestone Branch, that's the bottom property where Don's shed is. This is all owned by the wells, this is all the wells, so the whole hill, and then I think that's the property line there, that hedgerow. So all of that is the wells, all of that. It's 11.2 acres. Kids could walk up there and they'd be on Simpson Road. Now, the thing is, I always thought for a long time that maybe Summer went playing down by the creek. But that can't be true, can it? Because surely a dog would have tracked her scent down there, and that scent would still be there, because this is Earth. So the strongest scent, so presumably the most recent scent, actually went this way, whether it was down the dog trail, whether it was down the bus trail, whether it was down the driveway. Not down here. So Summer must have gone this way. But then why is there a scent alert with footprints right here? Look how high this ridge is. There. Look how high it is. And it's steep. If you go down here, you look at the elevation change. And if you look at the elevation change, 420, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 34, 35, 37, 43. So to the top of here, 43, 44 metres. That's above sea level, but what we're interested in is just the change of it, not the how high it is above sea level. The Wells Hill, at its highest, is only 425. So this ridge here towers over the Wells Hill, and you can see down into the Wells property. And this, on this ridge somewhere, was where Cam from Crackin cases found evidence of a camp. Now apparently law enforcement have told Don about the evidence of a camp. Now whether that's the same camp or whether it's a different camp, I don't know. But there was footprints on this ridge on Mary Sexton's land, which is around here. So that's 443. So again, towering over the Wells Hill. And then it goes down a bit, and then there's another hill here. That's even higher. 454, 453. So why would Summer be up here. And then there's another set of footprints further down here, nearer to Beach Creek Road. That's on Mr. Phillips' land. And Mr. Phillips has talked about footprints. Christy, who's Mary Sexton's daughter, talked about footprints. Fred has talked about scent alerts. The private investigators have talked about scent alerts to various people. So those things exist, right? Those things do exist. So Don believes that Summer was dragged down the dog trail and put in a car and taken far away from here. And that can't be true, because why would there then be scent alerts down here, down at Fred's, on Mary Sexton's land, on Mr. Phillips' land? Why would there be all those scent alerts? And those are the ones we know about. There may be way more. So the Burn Barrel Show had an interesting theory that maybe Summer went playing down by the creek, got in the creek and walked kind of down Ben Hill Road via the creek. And if you're in water, yes, dogs can track in water, but it's the same kind of situation as the scent moving from earth, mud, grass to an artificial surface like concrete. What it does is it weakens that scent, so the dog loses it. So if Summer was out playing in the creek, that would mean that to a dog, the dog believes that it's going in the wrong direction, so it stops tracking. So it could be that Summer walked down here, maybe with her brothers, and then maybe they left her. Again, no blame to them. But that still doesn't explain why there is footprints here and here. Summer being taken into a car can't be right, because she wouldn't have left all these scents. I don't believe that Summer would have gone up here on her own. Someone had to have carried her. Because, look, if she'd have gone down here via the creek and then walked to Fred's and then walked back and walked up here, a dog would be able to track that, surely, because this is all grass and that scent would pool. Now, maybe the scent pooled behind Fred's truck, but there would be a track, not just individual scents. Now, maybe a dog did track for a distance and we just don't know about it. But Summer could have been abducted from here and then taken this way along here and carried. But what if she was taken on horseback? It would mean that someone would be able to disappear very quickly, like walking with a 5-year-old, carrying a 5-year-old, who surely would start kicking up a fuss and fighting. Taken on horseback, she could have even been taken right from the bottom here of her driveway. You know, someone could have lured her saying, "Do you want to come and ride on my horse, Summer?" And we know Summer likes horses. She likes all animals. Couldn't that have been a thing? And there would have been no trace, because the horse is walking on an artificial surface. And she could have gone very quickly to wherever they wanted to take her. Or maybe she was picked up here. Someone said, "Do you want to come and have a ride on my horse?" A horse can climb a hill, not a mega steep, like this is mega steep. Look how quickly the elevation change. This is the Goalies' land. You'd have to go past the house, or maybe not. Or up here. Up here. There's a trail there. Maybe there. That's not quite as steep. And we don't know exactly that the footprints were here. The footprints could have been here, here, here. This is just a general area. And then taken out across this hill to avoid detection. Next set of footprints is here. And you can see there's a trail all the way down there. And again, we don't know that the footprints were right there and disappeared. Now, who has a horse? And where did the horse go? Yes, it makes sense that you could move a child very quickly on horseback, but then where did the horse go? So that's the next thing that confuses me. It has to be someone who actually owned the horse, who could put the horse somewhere safe. Who owns a horse? Chad Arnold trains horses. Fred rides horses. I don't know whether he's got any horses. Frank Light and the Light family ride horses, but they're in the other direction. If we zoom this out, we zoom this right out, the Lights are right over in this direction. So surely they wouldn't have taken her down here if it was Frank Light or one of his associates. Maybe they'd have gone this direction. I don't know, guys. And then Cotton Simpson lives way down here near Laurel Run Park. There's Cotton. That's 5 miles away. And if you take the 5 miles down Beach Creek Road and on a horse, somebody would have seen her. They would have been caught on surveillance on Beach Creek Road. Would the horse have left tracks on the mud? Yes. We don't know that there wasn't horse tracks, though. We don't know that there isn't a lot of horse tracks because people were searching for some on horses. So that wouldn't have been out of the ordinary. I don't know. I think being taken on horseback is more likely, given where these scent alerts are, than being taken in a vehicle. But then where is Summer? Where did they take her? Laurel Run Park, says Fred Hill. But we don't know that what Fred is saying is the truth. He might believe it's the truth. I don't think he's made it up completely, but it's very easy to blame the dead man. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is the horseback theory viable? I think so, but it also leads to more questions. I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.